inspired by our last conversation, fasting, which we did a 4-part series on, I have embarked on a water fast, and I'm now currently in my 5th day.
Wow. Have you done that before?
I have done it before, but only up to 3 days.
3 days, okay.
So I'm really pushing. I was actually supposed to break the fast today.
Yeah.
But after hearing you talk during what we've just filmed, I'm actually going to carry on.
Five's an odd number.
Yeah, it's true.
I had one guy I was mentoring in the School of Fasting, and he was excited. He did his first 3-day fast, and he rang me and said, 3 days. I said, wow, 3 days, that's really good. You can do a couple more.
Right.
He rang me at 5 days. Oh, 5's an odd number. It's not a really good number. 5, no, it's not a good number. Go to 7. 7's a divine number. It's okay. So he went to 7. Ran down 7 days. I said, 7, that's an odd number. Try 10. Go to 10 days. That's a really good fast. 10 days. Bang. He rang me at 10 days. I said, 10. Oh, you're done 10 days. You know what? You're done 10 days. You might as well go a bit more now. I'll tell you what, to be honest, do 21 days. And he did. Wow. He did 21 days off the bat. His first long fast, he wanted like 3 days. And that was, so we stretched him 21 days, and it was really life-changing for him, So it's really good. So one of the principles of fasting, you should always, a lot of people don't know about fasting now, practicing fasting, and there's a massive global resurgence amongst this generation. A lot of young people, who've never fasted before are doing fasting. People intrinsically working out they've got to fast to purify their body. So fasting is gaining traction and popularity. So yeah, well done. Well done. Yeah. So as you know, I'm on day 30 or 34 of my fast, and I just feel fantastic. The level of clarity I'm getting, the level of I just feel really powerful. I feel really good. Obviously, some days I dip. I feel this kind of dip, but. It's temporary.
Ebbs and flows, isn't it?
Ebbs and flows. But overall, I feel good.
Okay, brilliant.
Yeah. Interesting how manifestation works. I remember years ago, I literally saw myself, and I saw my physique, and it was perfect. Literally, it was ripped, perfect. And it was really...
6-pack.
Everything. Muscle.
8-pack.
Everything. It was ripped perfect. Wow. I saw that. That's many years ago. Wow, interesting. Yeah, I can countenance that. So in a way, in the ways I've been moving towards that. So I've done a lot of training over the years with training. I stop, and I've never really. I've been so pressured with work. This sounds like a real excuse now. Shut up, Derin. But I haven't really been to that level of consistency with training to actually achieve that look.
Okay. Yeah.
The nearest I got to it was living in Streatham. Streatham was easy. Bang, I would jog to the gym, work out, bang, jog back. That's probably the fittest I've ever done. Because getting to the gym is exercise, getting back to exercise, bang, work out. And I was getting. Then we moved here, then the gym's far, and they have to go through traffic and blah blah, and drive there.
Excuses.
Well, no excuses. It's practicality.
It's not as practical.
How I'm going to get that result.
Yes.
So now I've got my home gym now. We've got the stuff, got the vibrate, we've got about 3 vibration plates. Got dip bars in the garden, got every size of kettlebell, got my deadlifts.
Gymnastic rings.
So we've got all that. So that's one point. So I made move more towards that goal, getting into that, I was just staying fit, but back in my mind, really, there was that people can achieve physical excellence. Especially I've gone past 50 now. In fact, I've gone a bit past 50.
I didn't know that. I thought you were still in your 40s. Chronologically, I'm over 50. Yeah. Biologically, 30. 8, 20. 25, Anyway, so moving towards that, So I'm all set up. Got the rebounders here. Got all kinds of fitness stuff here. Got the you see my bendy bar things here? Yes.
They're really great for toning.
Yeah.
That's why I've been fasting. They're incredible. So I've got those, and but it still wasn't coming together to that intensity because I was finding it hard to budge the weight. So the weight had piled up. I wasn't really worried about the weight piling up because I know I can lose weight anytime. So I thought in terms of how things went over here. If I get overweight, bang, I'm dropping it right down with ease, just do my annual detox fast cleanse, reset. But I found the last 2 years it wasn't resetting. The weight wasn't, excess weight wasn't coming off, my body fat was going up.
So I find that a lot of it, because the stress level I got on the cortisol, when you have high cortisol and you don't sleep, bang, you store fat more easily, you know. And then I found myself doing what I was telling my clients not to do, and that is eating in the evening. Because pressure work, I'm literally not hungry at all, not even thinking about eating in the daytime. I can get my juice in, but eat anything. So I find, end of the day now, wind down, and that was violating the number one rule, telling my clients not to eating late. So all that's taking its toll on me. So I was trained on getting strong, but the body fat ratio wasn't shifting like I wanted to. Anyway, so I actually did a fast this year. Did my annual fast, which is like a 40 day fast, which is like a kind of fast where I eat within a window, a narrow window, and it's only liquid after that. So that window might be up to midday. And I did that fast. Normally that fast resets the body. I was shocked to actually put on weight doing a fast. My body was really talking.
Yeah.
Now what's happening, my body was saying, been telling all my clients, when you fast, do a fast that extends you beyond any previous fast you've done before. Don't fast to the same level where you fasted before, because otherwise you don't really grow. You stretch and expand when you push your fasting capability beyond anything you've attempted previously or hitherto. So now what was really interesting, so on this fast, I started this fast, it was liquid only. And I thought, you know what, I realized I hadn't done liquid only fast for a long time. I hadn't done with maybe a few years now, 3, 4, 5 years. And I thought, I've really been in a comfort zone of doing like this kind of partial fast, even though I did it for many days.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I thought, great, I'm going to do a liquid fast only.
Yeah.
Do a liquid fast. And within a few days, I felt so different. The first week, I started to see that the body fat was moving. I thought, very good. Carried on with it. And so here we are, like 30, I think it's about 34. When that's on the second today, and today's the 5th, 4th, 6th, and the 5th.
This is the 5th?
Yeah, so that's what, 33 days, I think. 33.
So you've actually done a 33-day liquid fast?
Not done.
Completed.
I'm in the middle of.
You're in the middle of?
Yeah. I'm in the fast, which so far has taken me to 33 days.
Wow.
With no, I've not eaten anything.
Wow.
No food has passed his lips.
And tell us what liquids you're taking, though, so people know.
Well, I've been doing green juice, but I've been off the green juice for a few days now.
Yes.
It's my first green juice for about 10 days.
Okay.
What I found I defaulted to was orange juice.
Right.
Then somebody doing orange juice. I did a week of cranberry sweetened with stevia for urogenital cleanse, detox, bladder, prostate. I did that. Just finished that cycle now. And
how long do you know when you're going to break this fast, or you're just going to carry on at the moment?
I'm just going with the flow. I think I've got a figure in mind, but let me just go with the flow.
Okay.
I've still got a lot more things to achieve during the fast. It's interesting with the oranges. What was interesting, because we were just doing the citrus press and squeezing the oranges. And then what happened, I didn't want to do that anymore.
Yeah.
What I wanted to do was get the orange and suck the juice out of the orange.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm doing that so that maybe like 10, 15 oranges at a time. I get the juice
Just
fresh.
the juice, yeah.
Because once you juice something, even though you drink it straight away, you've lost the thermodynamics of it through oxidation process, the whole squeezing process into oxygen. So I found real exhilaration, and I felt felt a big difference when I just squeeze the oranges and just suck the juice out manually. So big manual juice.
Yeah.
So I've been doing that. Just feel good. So anytime I feel a bit, and I don't do it ritually.
Yes.
So I wouldn't drink this juice ritually. I'd have the juice, but I'd only have it if I felt
Like you
energy
want to,
going down.
yeah.
So I found I wasn't having the orange juice thing as just got to have it every juice every 2 hours. I think my body felt for it, and the energy was dipping. Having the orange, then I'm good to go for another 24 hours. Yeah.
Tell about some of the benefits that you've experienced during this fast, which is now 30. Let's remind the viewers, 36. Did you say?
I don't know. I've lost count.
I think it's about 36 days.
No, about 34.
34. Okay,
Yeah,
34 days
now. Yeah.
Tell us some of the benefits that you've experienced.
Here's one of my phrases: the clearer you are, the clearer you are. Get it? Yeah.
So mind, body, and spirit.
Yeah, mind, body, spirit. So I feel very clear, clarity, absolute clarity of ideas. Some very clear ideas. Get a lot of new ideas and inspirations, insights. Having a lot more deeper dreams.
Still working on that dream recall. I think I'm going to buy some dream herbs and see intensify that dream recall and dream recall process. We have a lot of clarity. Being urged to write more, getting more ideas coming to me, and literally just seeing stretches to shape my future. Shape the future, what I do, the work I do, getting new ideas for products, getting new ideas how to solve clients' problems. Now, the first thing I found, one of the first things within a few days, I can actually start to read a lot more.
Okay.
I can read. I love reading.
You can consume more information.
Yeah, I love reading. I don't know what's happening. There's some kind of blockage where I go to read and I couldn't read that much, or it was a lot to read. I don't know what's going on. All of a sudden, bang, I can read a lot more.
So your concentration.
Yeah, focus, concentration, ability to literally absorb knowledge.
Improved,
which is literally gone to another level. That's been quite exciting.
Incredible.
But I've also had just had the urge to stretch, just to stretch and get on the floor and do some
Move the body.
stretches.
Yeah. Nothing intense, but just very gentle movements. Yeah.
And early on, I felt the urge to exercise. There was some very gentle exercise using the vibration plate and isometrics, and I was doing it gently. Now I think I can do. Think I can do anything now. I can do any amount of exercise I want now, up to a level. So something's happening. So I realised what the body's doing. The body's really using that stored fat for energy, and just feel very, very energized. I'm sleeping a lot less, getting in bed, bang, sleeping deeply, waking up, and going into action.
And tell us about
I feel really well.
Yeah, that's great. That's great to hear about the weight, because you've also lost weight during this.
It's about a stone.
Wow.
It's about a stone I've lost now.
Yes.
That 1 stone.
And so, and let's just answer that question, because people would say that, you followed a raw diet for how many years now?
20.
And I asked the question, well, how would you develop excess weight on a raw diet? But your answer to that is?
Yeah, well, people think you can't put on weight in a raw food diet. Of course you can. Of course you can put on weight.
Yes, yes. Some people would think that you can't, because it's a very, people view that as a very extreme healthy diet. But like you say, there's a lot of sugars.
Potentially a lot of sugar. If you've got poor sugar control, I think some of my sugar control needs repair. My whole family background, genetics is like high level diabetes in my family line. Yeah, so
you mentioned stress.
As I push past getting to my 50s, generally find what worked before, things begin to slow down and change now. So I realise now going forward, one of the main things I need to be doing now is doing a lot more exercise. Doing a lot more exercise and being a bit more serious with the exercise. So what's happened now is now I've probably lost about 80% of the excess fat I was carrying. My body fat percentage as of this morning now is, I think it's about 18% body fat, which for my age is good, but for me that's no good. I want to get down to, I've set a target of 14, which is interesting because I've had that as a visualization decree for a long time, that I'm 14% body fat. I've been saying that for years. I'm 14% body fat.
Right.
I am 14% body fat and no more. And that seemed like a great figure to me. But all I was saying that my body fat percentage was actually going up. And so I think at the point now where this is to get out of control now, I was getting way into the 20s.
Yeah, okay.
Getting way into 20s body fat. Now what's happened is I've dropped the body fat. I've got very lean. So now, because I'm doing a lot of training, I can see the muscle underneath, the leanness, the fat I can see. So I can see a template for that vision I saw many years ago, over 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing now is an experiment. We're going to have fun with this. We can chart this. So I'm dropping the body fat forever. That's gone forever. Body fat. And
Congrats.
now what I'm going to do, because I understand enough now, and I've developed the systems that can work around me and work with me, where I can actually do enough intensity of exercise that works for me, and I can start to build tissue, lean tissue, muscle.
Yeah.
So now, it's an experiment that I'm working on now. So for personal satisfaction, for health reasons, but also a story to share with the world. That on a raw food diet, past 50, that you can build and have a very, very young body. You can build a lot of muscle and lean tissue. Okay, so I'm in the strip down phase now. The fast has been great for me in that the excess weight just literally is melted like butter in 30 days. Literally, I'm looking at what I'm doing, and again, it's confirming one of my findings, one of my sayings that when you get into a deep fasting zone, 1 day of fasting can undo 1 year of damage on your body.
1 day of fasting can undo 1 year
of damage on your body.
Damage.
Yeah.
That's a big claim.
Yeah. No. When you get into proper fasting and detoxing, that's how fast the body works to repair.
Wow. Fasting.
When you're in the right zone for you, when you're working intensely for what your body requirements are, that's why I combine fasting with detox. That's why I've done the coffee enemas. I'm doing upper cleansing. I'm taking some very strong herbs. This and purification, working on cleansing and purifying the blood. So when you get into that zone, your body's working really hard. Your purification rate, your body's reset rate, when the body's making all these blast cells, these stem cells, your body's doing a lot of intense repair. So it's a great place. I'm in that side of the fast where the body's settled down into the fast. So every day I motivate myself that 1 day of this process is undoing 1 year of damage.
Wow.
You see?
Yes.
That is it's a very, very wonderful place to be in. So I strip everything down as I'm doing now, and I'm loving my new shape.
Yeah.
And then as I lead the fast, as I come out from the fast, I think the last few days of the fast, I'm going to start doing, maybe 7-10 days, I'm going to start drinking hemp seed milk.
Okay. Which is full of amino acids?
It's full of amino acids, which is the building blocks of protein. It's full of actual proteins.
Yes.
It's full of phytoestrogenic compounds. It's full of nutrients. It's full of essential fatty acids. Omega-3, 6, 9. It's the most perfect source of omega-3, 6, and 9. So it's a perfect bodybuilding and repair food. So then I'll probably do another 30 plus or 60, 90 days of having very, very high intake of hemp seed,
yes,
plus other natural bodybuilding herbs and foods.
How are you taking the hemp seed? Give us a quick process of how you're consuming the hemp seed. Are you mixing it with anything? Are you?
No, I'm not taking it now.
No, when you plan to.
Yeah.
The
best way to take hemp seed, the best way to utilize hemp seed's profound capabilities to regenerate tissue and heal your body is to soak the seeds. Soak the seeds. They actually start to germinate within 24 hours, and then make the milk. Just make hemp seed milk.
And you're just blending the seeds?
Yeah, blend the seeds. Blend the seeds, make milk. Yeah.
Okay.
And then we drink the milk. The milk can go sweet or it can go sour. I can put it inside of green juice.
Yes.
I can put sweeten it with dates or banana.
Yes.
So it's a perfect food.
Yes.
Now, the protein is called edestine, which is the most bioavailable protein form on the planet.
Okay.
So hemp seed. So it's perfect. So I'm looking forward to doing that.
Yeah.
And then doing some very, very, very intense training, weights, deadlift, and see where I can take my physique within the next 3 months. So I think it's going to be interesting. I think we're going to achieve something maybe very few people have seen that before and seen that's possible.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to follow.
Yeah.
Could you just please explain about how stress affects? Because we were talking earlier that you could be on a super healthy diet, but still you can gain weight, and stress has a massive
because what happens when
cortisol,
overwork, undersleep, having a lot of concerns, having a lot of things that a lot of balls you're juggling in the air, just really having to when you're stretched out, it's a form of stress. So to cope with that, your body's making cortisol, which is the stress hormone.
Right.
So cortisol gets into the system, activates all your systems. When you can't switch cortisol off, it can really impact things in terms of how your body operates. But cortisol causes weight gain. It causes retention of fat cells, and it creates a lot of damage on like the adrenal gland and on the pancreas. So it can negatively impact your body's conversion of carbs and sugars into energy, and it can tip you into fat storage mode.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's very important going forward. The next thing. It's really important. I have all the greatest stress reduction strategies, but something often maybe too stressed to use.
Yes.
Sometimes you get into this mode and you keep going and you keep going and you keep going. You think you're Superman. You don't realise behind the scenes you're tearing yourself down. Like I think I took my first.
We're all guilty of that, you know.
Yeah, I took my first holiday in 13 years, about 3-4 years ago. Have I been in one since? Yeah, I've been in one since. So again, it's happening out. So that was 3-4 years later, I took another holiday. So I'm getting that holiday cycle down to once every 3-4 years now. Hey, we might get down to every 2 or 3 years.
Hopefully once a year for you. But no, it's great. It's great to hear about your fasting
but
journey.
I'm a workaholic and I hate shirkaholics. So I work really hard. I literally can do 18 hours. I can work in 18 hours days, no problem. Wake up, do it over again. That's how I'm hardwired, how I'm built, how I've worked over the years. So I'm just used to doing that. But not that I want to slow down. You've got to manage those processes, and that's why I use my got to use my one of the greatest inventions ever is my sound light. The sound light. Cranial therapy, using sound light therapy. So you can do one of the most powerful things for health is you can get go into a deep meditative or relaxed state for 15 minutes in the middle of the day, and it resets the body as if you've had 4 or 5 hours sleep. So anytime I get to use that device, then wow, you feel fantastic, and you don't you shut down a lot of those impacts. That's why. So when you get relaxed enough, do enough deep breathing, get relaxed and zone out, do some kind of therapy, you shut down all that cortisol. Literally shut down all that cortisol. So again, I got all that knowledge, all those insights. I got the technology that can do it for me.
Yes.
But often just too busy to use it. But now on this next cycle going for this year, no, I will be using that technology and those kind of strategies a lot more.
Is that obviously? Would you say that meditation has the same effect? I know you've got the sound light therapy device, but for those who don't have access to that kind of technology?
So the word is mindfulness now, isn't it? Use mindfulness, where basically you shut down and you withdraw from external focus to internal focus. Okay, that's basically what I'm talking about. And that changes all the biochemistry in the body.
Right.
It changes all the biochemical reactions. So from a stress state to an unstressed state, is also linked to what visualization. What do you see in your inner eye? So, for instance, when you actually see what you want, when you see something that's very positive, or that's a very empowering state to be in. When you can actually close your eyes and you can see something that makes you smile, makes you happy. It changes all the biochemistry of your body. It puts you into an ideal state. It's a great story. I don't know if I told you the story when I met a guy called Professor Julu. This guy, Professor Julu.
Okay.
So he's invented a machine to measure the output of what's called the vagus nerve. So the vagus nerve is a very important nerve. One of the most important nerves. One of the most important nerves in the body. The nickname is the Wanderer. So it runs right from the brain, right down from the brain stem, and it runs right down throughout the whole body's leg. And why it's important, it's almost like, imagine like a broadband Ethernet cable. It carries all the signaling from the brain to all the parts of the body. And it works on what's called the efferent nerve system. And it distributes nerve impulse and nerve signaling. And there's a two-way communication from the brain. So your body is sensing every aspect of your body second by second and working out what's going on, what's needed here, blah, blah. As it goes through the heart, it's regulating heartbeat. Without the vagus nerve, your heart will beat 200 beats a minute. You'd be dead in a few days. Vagus nerve's regulating blood pressure. Now, what's interesting about the vagus nerve is two interesting things. When you're stressed, the vagus nerve control gets weaker. So imagine that signal from the brain to the body that regulates the body gets weak. So what you get? You get dysregulation. So that's where we get blood vessel dystonia, where the blood vessels don't open or close, but blood vessels opened or it's closed. Tension state, relaxed state. So what determines that state of the blood vessel to determine blood flow is what the vagus nerve is doing.
I see.
Okay? As the vagus nerve has got a very strong, clear signal, you get very good control of all your bodily functions. When you lose vagus nerve signaling process, you've got a very weak mind-body connection, a very weak control over things like heart rate, blood sugar, blood pressure, nerve reflexes. Now, what's interesting So Professor Julu, he invented a machine to measure vagus nerve output, which was remarkable because MIT had been trying to do that for aeons. This MIT, the whole of MIT, they couldn't do it. Yeah.
Can you just explain MIT for those who don't know?
MIT, that's one of the top. I forgot what they are now.
Okay, what is it related to?
Hang on, Emma, I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
Minnesota Institute of Technology, I think. Okay. Minnesota
Institute
of Technology.
Yep.
Yeah. Cut that bit out where I said that.
Yeah,
that don't sound so good.
Yeah.
Minnesota Institute of Technology are one of the most advanced research for faculties in university on the planet. Anyway, they couldn't work it out of all the resources, which went to probably billions. So here's an African doctor, researcher, and he worked all out how to measure the output, the vagus nerve, because all nerves have output, which is the electrical output from those nerves, because the power, how powerful that nerve's firing. So vagus nerve is a very, very strong signal. Anyway, so I went to go and meet him. I thought this is interesting.
Okay.
And I learned something really powerful that day, many years ago. And it informs me today. Anyway, so I had to go on his machine. And what he told me that he's actually tested a lot of people. And he found that Olympic athletes had the highest output of their vagus nerve.
Okay.
Yeah. And he said he measured Steve. In general, yeah. Like highly trained athletes.
Yeah.
And he said one of the highest he'd ever measured was Steve Redgrave.
Right.
Really strong vagus nerve output. So what does that mean for his health? His mind-body connection is very powerful. The brain wants to communicate. The brain's got very good control over his the body systems. And he also said that RAF fighter pilots had very, very strong vagus nerve. Why might that be, do you know?
Is it it must, I don't know, is it the stress they put on them? The forces of
You got it. So to be a fighter pilot, you've got to be able to withstand G-force when you're flying at Mach 10 or whatever they're flying at. You've got to withstand G-forces. Now, to be honest, withstand G-forces, you've got to be fit. You've basically got to be strong. Your heart's got to be strong. Your vascular system, you've got to be literally strong person to withstand those high G-forces. So fighter pilots regularly run a marathon as part of their training. I'm talking about on a weekly basis. Equivalent marathon as part of their training process.
Yeah.
So he found when he measured their output, it was sensational. Vagus nerve output.
Okay.
So I said to him, "Gears a go." Yeah. Let's have a go on your machine. So I wanted to see what it's like. So he tested me, and they said, "Oh, it's not bad. Vagus nerve is quite good." I thought, "Good, yeah." Doing a lot of training at that time, and so I was quite pleased. As chuck vagus nerve that good, and above average. That's good. Yes, hope so. And I said to him, "Can I do an experiment?" He said, "Yes, come on." So what I did, I got out my sound light glasses. Remember, these devices, they can put you in a meditative state, a very highly relaxed state, which is called hemispheric synchronization, where it's the left and the right brain talking together, so you get equal firing between the left and right brain and start talking to each other.
Okay.
This is the state where your body is in balance. Okay, your body's in its ideal, optimum state. So when you're relaxed, you're in that state. When you're doing something you love and you're relaxed in that state, you deep breathe, you go into that state. If you go into deep meditation, you go into that state. When you listen to music that's very calming and balancing for you, you're in that state. Okay. So there are many things that can induce that state, but I love the machine. It can put you in that state. So I put the glasses on,
yes,
and I went into a state. Put in a few minutes and said, "Oh, can you measure me after a few minutes?" Okay. I'm in right sounds. What I did, put sound in the ear, put sound frequencies, but put like a 10 hertz here, and it puts another hertz in here, and the brain adaptive differential, and you put the lights, got flickering lights here. You go into a very relaxed space. Let's very relaxed a minute. And then, after a few minutes came up, then he measured my vagus nerve output. Guess where it was?
Was it through the roof?
It was at the level of the RAF fighter pilots.
Wow. So what we're saying here is that this relaxed state
is a powerful state to be in. You see? Another interesting story. I was doing an interview, I'll tell you a story in a minute. Okay, I'll tell you now. Listen to an interview by Tony Bazan.
Tony Bazan?
Yeah, Bazan.
Yep.
Guy invented mind mapping. I think he invented Esperanto. He speaks 8 languages, chess grandmaster, wrote loads of books. I mean, genius guy.
Yeah.
And I thought one of he's got to say. This interview was on Radio 4 back in the day. And he said, he said, the best part of my day, he says, is when I go in my recliner, lie back, close my eyes, and just drift. Drift.
Yes.
Now, what he said, and this statement intrigued me, tantalized me, but I understood it. But I don't think I fully understood it. And even today, we don't fully grasp this, but we understand it. Until you practice it, and it becomes your normal practice, a regular, but then you really begin to appreciate it. He said, what he said, I kick back, and it's a very unusual thing he said. I remember it till today. That's when I'm using the big guns of my brain.
Okay.
That's when I'm using the big guns of my brain. Doing nothing.
Interesting.
He was just in a blissed out, relaxed state.
Yeah.
And he said that's when his brain was really working, when it wasn't ostensibly working. Yeah? Anyway, so back to Professor Julie. So I said, can I do another experiment? He said, yes. So I took off the glasses, and down, and just lay down, and I did a visualization. So in this visualization, I imagined myself driving my favorite car that I wanted at that time. This is a few years back, okay, many years ago. And I imagined myself as I close my eyes and I'm doing this visualization. Because I've done it many times before, I was able to slip into it with ease. And I'm driving my favorite car. And I'm relaxing in a leather seat. And I can see the walnut, the dashboard and the roof's off. And I'm driving down Marylebone Road in the middle of London. And I'm in the car, it's real. I'm in the car. It's really real. I'm driving. And I wasn't there. I was in that visualization. I'm driving this car and I'm having a lovely time driving the car because I've done it so many times. I've visualized it so many times.
Yes.
So I'm in this visualization. But just literally, out periphery, I heard a gasp. And anyway, came up. Professor Julu, he was shocked. He said my vagus nerve output had gone off the scale.
Because you were in such a deep sense of
I don't think it's sunk in yet. It had gone off the scale.
Right, yeah.
He didn't have a calibration to calibrate where it had gone.
Oh, okay.
It had gone off the scale. Forget Steve Redgrave.
Oh, wow.
Forget RF fighter pilot. It had gone off. Forget sound light device. It had gone off the scale.
And what do you attribute that to?
Okay. It's Janet Jackson, and she says the pleasure principle. You see, here's the thing. When you close your eyes and you see, use the technique called creative visualization to actually see a desired outcome, you're actually really excited. There's no problem there. When you see an outcome, there's no problem, there's no stress. You see something you actually want, and when you get it, it's going to be very enjoyable or happy for you. What kind of biochemical cascade gets released from your body? Endorphin, dopamine, serotonin, enkephalines. All these are medicines. So the body in an ideal state, okay? Now, in an ideal state, when you're visualizing something, your brain goes into an automatic left brain synchronization, left and right brain. The left and right brain, they synchronize, they're in sync. So your brain is at its optimum power it's ever going to be when you're doing something like a visualization. Okay. You're actually activating one of the highest potentials of your brain, and you're activating one of the most profound parts of your brain, is the pineal gland in the brain, by visualization. And you visualize a very pleasant, positive outcome for yourself. It's almost like it's a super state you're in.
Yes.
Now, when I was visualizing, it was real. I wasn't actually there. I wasn't actually here or there. I was there. I was in the car. You see, so it was real. And your brain doesn't know the difference between what you imagine. Okay, ask any child. The child's playing around. He's playing doctors and nurses, blah, blah, and they're playing. They don't. It's real.
Natural for them, isn't it?
They don't know the difference.
Yes.
You see, so we lose that power of imagination, creative faculty. Anyway, so what happened? So I realized then, because I understood about crystallization up to that point, but I had no idea that it brought the body in such an optimization, and the brain and the nervous system, that my vagus nerve was literally in perfect control of my body. Remember, the stronger your vagus nerve output, the more you have control over your autonomic functions. Not control, sorry, you don't actually have control. The more that your body has control over those systems which it runs independently of you.
Yes.
The more stressed or worried you are, the more you lose control of those systems, the more they go into disorganization. So I was in a highly ordered state for those few seconds, and it may have been a carryover for minutes or hours. I don't know how long that carryover lasted. But that taught me something. It really taught me something profound about the power of that. So a lot of time people have problems with their health, and it's because people have to see negative outcomes. People are stuck in a state of a negative outcome. Subconsciously, they're projecting what's going to go wrong, what went wrong before. They're thinking ahead. They don't have might have a good foresight of what's ahead of them. So people have a sense of impending doom, terrible for your nervous system and health. People have a sense of misgiving. People have a sense of disquiet, which one of the worst gets so insidious. Disquiet, we get a sense of what's going to go wrong now? What can go wrong now? I had that for years and years and years. When things were really hard, we were working, and there was very little finance flowing. A lot of things went wrong. We had setbacks. When things started to work out, and there was really excellent cash flow, but that sense, that kind of like that, almost like the phantom limb, you know. You got the sense of misgiving. Took a long time to go away. Well, what can go wrong today? Who's going to knock today? This guy, you know.
Yes.
So that creates this stuff here. Yeah. So it's like this guy goes. There's a guy called John Diamond. I recommend his book called The Body Never Lies. I think Mickey Okusha's got a book with the same title, but get John Diamond's one, that's different. And in that book, he cites something that the body records everything. Your body, in your physical body, is a record of everything. Very interesting insight, we understand that. It's interesting that some Indian study, Indian university, found out that when someone tells a lie, there's an immediate change in the cells of the stomach area, the solar plexus area. Someone tells a lie, the body's actually recorded, and there's something starts to get out, get up, you see. So we record impressions. So what are impressions? What is your imagination? What do you see for yourself? How do you see yourself a year from now, 6 months from now? These are very important things that pan out to how people's health works out. So people are seeing things which are negative or not positive. It starts to derange and disorganize health.
Yeah, it affects the biochemistry, doesn't it?
Affects the biochemistry, affects biophysiology, affects the bioneuronal system. Every system get affected. So within the realm of the non-tangible, it grades up or grades down into the realm of the tangible. Then we have an impact. So always remember this, that the intangible is more powerful than the tangible. The realm which are things you don't see are more powerful than the things that you do see. So things which are not are more powerful than things which are. That's why there's a scripture in the holy text, in the Bible, it says that faith is a substance of things hoped for.
Yes.
Of things hoped for.
Yes.
See,
it's almost like faith is like a medicine.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's faith can be medicine. Yeah, faith is medicine. But faith can usher in the states where you are in a medicinal state of healing. So all hope and optimism and well-being, positivity is very powerful medicine. Just as the opposite, any kind of misgiving, doubt, fear, especially fear, anxiety, these are anti-medicines. These are disorganizing, dissembling structure in the body.
Yeah.
But then where do they come from? Sort of thought process, thought and feeling. Thought and feeling. Very, very powerful. So how do we manage these states? How do we learn to manage thinking states? How do we manage feeling states? So the interface is words, affirmation.
Yeah.
What do we say? So here's the thing. What do we say? What's the internal dialogue? What do we really feel? What do you feel? And when you close your eyes, what do you see? What can you see? So if we start to get mastery in those three areas, there is tremendous power. What are you saying? That's why affirmation, very powerful. What do you see when you close your eyes? Like great vision, very, very powerful. What do you really feel? That's why your belief, what you believe, what you believe is possible, what you believe is possible for you, really, really powerful. So all those states are under one's control. One can control those states, even though that they might feel uncontrollable. So now when we get good at controlling those states, now we get into manifestation. So manifestation is easier. We're always manifesting anyway. So we get to what's called desired manifestation, manifesting what you want as opposed to manifesting what you don't want. So most people are very, 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 very good at manifesting what they don't want. Why? Because people focus on what they don't want. People have the feeling of what they don't want. People are speaking what they don't want. People close their eyes and they're visualizing what they don't. So people are very good at doing this.
Yes.
So now we've got to flip it, and you've got to become very good at focusing on what you do want. You see? So that integrates, that's an integration now of all aspects of your being. In fact, and it ushers in aspects of your well-being.
Yeah.
You see? So these are some dynamics. So yeah, fasting is very, very powerful. So when you do fasting, what I found on this fast is that it's enabled me to clear some blocks that I didn't know I had. Because one of the most scary things for humans, one of the most puzzling things as well, one of the most interesting things is the blind spot. You see?
Explain the blind spot.
The blind spot.
Because I've only heard that term used in driving.
Yeah. So you've got the blind spot in driving. People have we all have blind spots in our lives. You see? There's what's that? What's that phrase? There's a poem. There's not a phrase. A poem. It's by oh gosh, what's his name? Is it Logie Baird? That Scottish poet. You know, that Scottish poet.
Oh, I wouldn't know.
And he says, oh, "What a gift you will give us, if we can see ourselves as others see us."
Say that again.
No, I've said it once. You know?
I tried it.
What a gift! What? I put my brogue on here. Yeah. What a gift! The gift you will give us, if we could see ourselves as others see us.
Okay.
You see, so we all have blind spots, and that blind spot we just don't see it. We can't see it. To someone else, it's clear as day.
Yeah.
Clear as day. They can see. We can't see it. Blind spot. And now here's a scary thing.
That's why you need true friends.
Second, yeah.
Friends that tell you the truth.
Yeah, I'll tell you the truth. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, phrase in the Bible, the sting of a friend is better than the kiss of an enemy.
Oh,
Yeah?
interesting. Yeah.
That's in the book of Proverbs. One of the most powerful books ever written. People should go and study it. You see? Is it the sting or the wounds of a friend is better than the kiss of an enemy? You see? See the paradox here?
Yeah.
You see? Anyway, so now we got what was I talking about, by the way?
You're just summarizing your fasting.
Yeah, so the fasting is about clarity. So we get the blocks. So when we've got the blocks, you don't know, you can't see it. So you can see. So fasting can really open up some blind spots. Here's one of the most scary sayings.
Go on.
Those who don't know they don't know.
Yes.
Those who don't know don't even know they don't know.
Yes.
You see? So how much are we in that state of not knowing? How much of our lives is in that state of not knowing? How matrixed are we in any area, every area, some areas? These are very important things. That's why it's really important to go after understanding. It's very important to break up blocks, blockages in your understanding or your perceptions, and shift things. When you shift things, like say a fast is a major shift, and it starts to crumble some edifices which you have in terms of your daily practice, your thinking, your mindset. When things start to shift, then you start to get some clarity on areas which you didn't know you needed clarity on.
Yes.
So it's very fascinating, that kind of openings you get when you do an extended fast, and the kind of insights you get. That's why when people start doing fasting, dream. You get messages coming through from your dreams. You can get an idea you never had before. You see, that's why. Here's my phrase. Here's my famous phrase. I learned from working on myself and my clients over the years. The clearer you are, the clearer you are.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And what corresponds to that is another phrase that I say is, never make a major decision till you've done a major cleanse.
Interesting.
Yeah. Never make a major decision till you've done a major cleanse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because then you'll have the clarity, to make
Have the clarity.
an informed decision. Yeah.
And you're going to see you're going to see things from another angle. Okay, and your good voice gets louder when you're fasting. We've all got three voices. You've got God, the devil, and yourself. It's the only three voices you're going to hear.
Interesting.
So when I say the devil, it could be devil or any of his cohorts or agents. They're always trying to influence man. Okay, so you're going to hear very clearly. Oh, that's right. So your voice can manage. God can speak to you through the voice of your conscience.